The first green shoots that come up is Wisahkotewinowak.
Hello, tobacco. My name is Nick. I cannot wait to show these guys what they've grown.
Oh my God, this is good.
Awesome. Welcome to Farm to Fork. I'm Nick Benninger. Farm to Fork is made possible with the generous support of Explore Waterloo Region. For a comprehensive guide on where to eat and what to see and do in the area, visit explorewaterloo.ca. Minutes from the 401, nestled right in Kitchener, First Nations agriculture is making a comeback. Today, I'm visiting Wisahkotewinowak, an urban Indigenous garden collective, situated on land donated by Steckley Farms. Wisahkotewinowak is a passion project run by my good friend Dave Skene. From rough beginnings, Dave found his path by rediscovering his relationship with the land. Now he finds meaning and purpose by guiding Indigenous youth on a similar journey. Hey Dave.
Hey Nick,
How
how's
are
it
you?
going?
Great
Good.
to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you.
Thanks for having me here today at Steckley. I'm excited to learn about how Wisahkotewinowak got here and a bit about your origin story.
Yeah, so Wisahkotewinowak means after a fire has gone through the land, the first green shoots that come up, that's Wisahkotewinowak. And so we thought that that word represented really well what we were trying to do here. We were looking at how, as Indigenous people, we can still have a strong connection and relationship to the land. And one of the easiest ways I thought I could do that was by starting a garden. That helped me connect with some other Indigenous people that were really interested in growing food in the city. And so we put some seeds in the ground and things grew. And we started thinking, hey, we can maybe do this.
Awesome. I know some of the people that have the privilege of being impacted by the work you've done. How did you go from where you were as a youth to where you are today working with youth in this environment?
Yeah, I grew up in Hamilton, Ontario. Grew up in kind of somewhat of a dysfunctional home, which eventually put me on the streets. I wanted something out of life. And so I met a group of people. They were doing some work in Mexico. It was an Indigenous program. And I began to understand this whole idea of being in relationship with the land around us. I love trying to understand our relationship with the land that we're around, and being able to share that knowledge with young people is significant for me. That's what I enjoy the most.
Amazing. So you guys care for 4 gardens?
Yeah, this is just one of the 4. We call this the Three Sisters Garden. And if you want to see what that looks like, let's go take a look.
Let's go.
So this is the Three Sisters Garden.
So Dave, the obvious question, who are these 3 sisters and how did they get into your garden?
Yeah, and so the 3 sisters are corn, squash, and beans. The corn stalks are supporting the beans, so you can see the beans just winding around the stalk. The root systems of the beans adds nutrients that the corn can absorb. And then all through here you can see the squash providing shade, keeping the ground moist, and protecting from weeds. And so for thousands of years, Indigenous people have grown corn in this way.
And they taste great in a pot of soup together too. I love that story about the 3 sisters. I think there's something to work with there, and there's so many ideas swirling through my head. We'll see where this goes. All right, Dave, you've shown me through the 3 sisters garden. Can you tell me a bit about the other 3 gardens you guys care for?
Yeah, Nick, we have a garden out at Blair. We use that to teach classes about Indigenous food and harvesting. And up in Waterloo, we have what we call a produce garden.
Right on.
That is to fill our food baskets that we send out to Indigenous families within the city. And then our last garden is in Guelph. It's what we call the tea garden. And so we're growing kind of medicines and teas that would have been traditionally grown in this area.
Tobacco plays a big part in medicine in your culture. Do you farm that at the tea garden?
Yeah, we don't do it at the tea garden. We actually do it here at Steckley. We have a big plot of tobacco. And we could probably harvest a little and talk about it.
Fantastic,
Yeah.
Let's do that.
All right. So Nick, this is tobacco. For Indigenous people, we see this as medicine.
How is it consumed as a medicine?
Medicines for us is what we use to remind ourselves that all of life is based on a system of reciprocity. And so tobacco teaches us that.
And do we have an opportunity to do that reciprocity today?
Yeah, we'll take a pinch in our left hand because it's closest to our heart. And then basically, like we would say, you know, my name's Dave, and we're really thankful for all the work you've done to create this medicine.
May I?
Yes, a little tobacco for Nick.
There you go. Hello, tobacco. My name is Nick. I feel very fortunate to be here today and to be learning with Dave, and I thank you for your energy that you've used and put into this world, and I thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. Did I do pretty good?
That was awesome.
Now that we've given reciprocity, we're going to pick some tobacco leaves and tie them for drying.
I got some friends over here willing to work with us to hang these up, and they'll be far better at tying these together than I will with my short, stubby little hands.
Beautiful. Right on.
Allows airflow in between. That way they dry perfectly. And you're done.
In keeping with First Nations traditions, I'm now going to make corn flour using an Indigenous technique called Nixtamalization. And no, it wasn't named after me. All right, Dave. So I'm not going to tell you what we're having for dinner yet, but we're going to get to nixtamalizing corn. If you recall, you invited us down to the farm and we nixtamalized corn and had some pretty amazing tacos that day.
Yeah.
As a chef who really loves doing things the old school way, I don't think it gets any more old school than what we're doing here. So we're going to throw our corn into the pot, and then I'm going to ask you to put the ashes in. And then we'll see relatively quickly, this white corn goes from this sort of flaccid white look to a beautiful, brilliant yellow. You can see it already starting to happen.
Without the technology of nixtamalization, you don't get the nutritional value out of the corn like what we're doing right now.
And from a culinary standpoint, it also converts the flavor, which is why proper corn tortillas have that beautiful sour, rich tang. See how yellow that looks? So you can see that it's starting to get tender. We got about an hour left to go on that. And then from there, we're gonna take to stage 2, which is to wash it. We wanna get rid of that shell, that germ on the outside, and we'll use friction on our hands to just rinse it and give it some scrubbing. And we'll wash away as much of that shell as we can. Then we take it to the grinding stage, which is really the last stage before we are able to process it into food, whether we're making tortillas or tamales or pupusas. And then we're almost eating lunch, although you don't quite know what I've got in store.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the big surprise.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We'll
All right.
see you again
See you
soon.
again.
We've got our beautiful milled nixtamalized corn, and I am going to be making tacos. So the first step I need to do is knead this dough. This is almost exactly what we're looking for. So we'll set this aside and get working on the rest of our meal. So I want to get my squash going. I'm just going to cut it in half, season it, and get it cooking on the grill. So now we can move on to our tomatoes. Oh, those are juicy. That's incredible. I want to put these tomatoes directly on the logs. We're gonna get some really nice smoke from that and the kind of direct heat that I really want to hit them with. So I'm just gonna give my garlic a really quick smash, and then I'm just gonna go right into our molcajete with that lime juice. So we've got our tomatoes, our garlic, our lime juice, and now it's just a matter of kind of mashing that up. That is fantastic. I'm gonna hit my squash with a little gunpowder chili. It's a blend of 7 different chili peppers. This is gonna give us a ton of really great flavor and a lot of fruitiness. We're gonna add some of our black beans and then just hit it with a little bit of more lime juice. I'm gonna pull off our squash and bean filling. This is gonna have an incredible flavor to it. Really nice and sweet and caramelized. So we are gonna start making tortillas. So we're just gonna roll it into balls onto our press, and then you'll give it a little spin and you'll give it another press. And by doing this, you get a nice evenly flat tortilla. I'm just gonna throw it on there, and I'm gonna get to my next one. We're looking to lightly brown these guys. The richness, the sourness, the tanginess is incredible. Add in all these other beautiful garden toppings, and I think this is gonna be a really special meal. Well guys, I hope you're hungry. I've got some beautiful fresh tortillas from your amazing corn. We've got cilantro and herbs. We've got this wonderful medley of squash and black beans, some crema, that charred tomato and garlic salsa. I say we build some tacos and dig in.
Yeah.
There's a spoon for the onions, Dave, the animal.
They look fancy.
Oh, fancy. Good. I like that. A taco's never complete without a squeeze of lime.
I love tacos.
Yep.
Yeah, these are really good.
Thank you. Oh my God.
Good.
This is good.
Awesome. Ladies, thanks for letting me hang out with you today. It's been an awesome day for me, and I appreciate the community work you guys are doing. I think it's really important, and I'm happy to be a part of it. Cheers.
Yeah.